Yup, another RELL video. What are you gonna do about it, What are you gonna do about it? So a few days ago, I made a video on RELL, and in that video, you guys typed some pretty interesting things in the comment section. Y'all had some positive things to say, and y'all had some negative things to say. I wanna address all of those in today's video, and some allegations that have been said against me that we have to address as well in terms of RELL. But now, before we get into this video, I do wanna say, and I probably should say that, a lot of you guys have been asking me over and over and over again about crew questions. Guys, I have a second channel, and on that second channel, I'm going to upload a video on RELL addressing all the crew questions that you guys have been asking me over and over and over again, because I'm not going to answer it anywhere else. Just go watch that video. I'll put that in the pinned comment. And of course, go subscribe to my second channel. Also, if you guys have any additional questions that may not be in that video, go type it in the comment section of that video on my second channel. Once again, it'll be in the pinned comment. Nonetheless, guys, let's get into this video. Leave a like and subscribe. Now, the first question over here is by Melv. Now, he said, bro, have you ever watched One Piece? Dressrosa is not on the same island as Alabasta. Dressrosa is another island. The two cities you saw on Sandy Island are Alabasta and Alabarna. Okay, yes, I have watched One Piece, guys. This is the allegations that I must address. Now, first of all, yes, I know that Alabasta and Dressrosa are not on the same island. I know that. I'm caught up on One Piece, yes. But y'all know, if y'all played Grand Piece Online, if y'all played Blox Brutes, if y'all played these One Piece games on Roblox, the seas will have all types of islands that aren't supposed to be close to each other, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's just Roblox. And you'll have, you know, updates of different islands coming out in the wrong order. The order just wasn't ordering. And so in terms of like what makes sense, what islands should be next to each other, what islands should be on the same island, I just kind of threw that out the window because it's Roblox. But for the most part, the real reason why I really thought that is because the island was a little too big, and I thought that one island, there's no way they can make that just one island. I thought that they combined a few islands together to make that one island big. Dressrosa, Alabasta, or whatever else together to make that one big island, because that all being just Alabasta, that's kind of crazy. And it is all Alabasta, I'm not gonna lie. So again, that is crazy. So y'all can't blame me for expecting, you know, I mean, I guess you can. And you know what else is crazy? That as big as this island is, this is not going to be the only big island in the game. They already said in the Discord that the islands in this game are big. So this isn't going to be the only big island in the game. Exploration is going to be pretty freaking huge this game, man, and I cannot wait. I really can't wait to see Dressrosa. Dressrosa is like my favorite island in One Piece, so yeah, that's going to be nice. Casino, you say? Could I gamble? Now, this is an interesting question. It's not a question, but an interesting comment, because yeah, I know the RELL brothers already said you're not going to be able to gacha for like races and things like that, for example, but honestly, I feel like in game, if you go to the casino area, it would give more life if you go to the casino. Imagine you go to the casino and you could actually gacha. You could gamble for different cosmetics maybe, or actual in-game features that will make your character better. Maybe, I don't know. Something of value, so that way if people see you with an item or an upgrade, an enhancement or something like that, they could be like, where did you get that from? And you could be like, oh, well, I got that from the casino. And they'd be like, oh, more reason for me to go to the casino. Now, I guess they don't have to use Robux. I guess they could make it where in-game money has to be used for the casino. That low-key might make more sense, actually, I'm not gonna lie. But nonetheless, Robux or actual in-game money, just gacha to some degree. I actually feel like even if they use in-game money, there should be a separate area within the casino where you actually gacha Robux, because I just feel like that's a wasted opportunity. But yeah, like in other Roblox games, if you see a casino area like Blox Brutes or GPO, and I don't think those games have casinos, but I'm saying if they did have casino, it'd be more like a cosmetic thing. It would be more like just there because it was there in the anime. Whereas in this game, I'm hoping it actually has actual features and reason for people to go to it, to once again give more life to the game than it already has. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. Let me know how y'all feel about that down in the comments below. Bro, they're gonna have nothing to add into the game when they release it, because they are going to add everything. First of all, One Piece already has so much content. They're not gonna add everything. Two, they already announced that, you know, the game is going to release with less content than they first originally planned. It's still gonna release with a whole bunch of content, but it's gonna have a little less than it was before, less double fruits and less overall content. And so I guess they'll just use that content for later updates. I think that they're just holding it back because it's just simply not ready. Not that they want to save it for updates, but more so it's just not ready. I could be wrong, but yeah. But nonetheless, that's a fact. But if you are worried about updates, regardless of how big this game is, first of all, that's actually crazy in itself. The fact, it just just goes to show how much content this game has. It's crazy. But if you are worried about updates and stuff like that, I don't think that has to be something you have to worry about, because that's one of the reasons why I'm so excited for RELL. Not just because of how good the game is and how much they revamped it to make it amazing, but because of the updates that they plan on doing. They already showed with Shindo how updates can be consistent in the long run, by the way, and good. But the RELL brothers already announced that they're going to have, or they already have, a separate team that are working on future updates. So when the game releases, guys, I just feel like updates are already being made, I'm pretty sure, right now as we speak. And I think that they already have update content done. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that, bro. When they said they didn't want a bandit beater, they were serious. That's funny because it just goes to show, like, they revamped the game over and over and over again, and it wasn't really a bandit beater to begin with, but you know, every single time they revamp it, it's just better than it was before, and it's visually very apparent. But not just visually, the whole ship system has it could be a whole game in itself. Combat PvP has different layers to it. Like in Deep Woken, for example, you can make multiple different slots that'll all have different builds. I'm probably going to go speed build for my first build because I like speed typically over power, so I want to go a speed build, movement type build. But yeah, PvP could be a whole separate game in itself. Then we have fishing, cooking, crafting, just so many other areas of the game that make you feel like that could be a whole game in itself, bro. This game is not a bandit beater, and if you call this game a bandit beater, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. The game isn't releasing until September, December. We are pretty much in May and no movie 3 and still on stage 1 of testing. Yeah, that's true. We are on stage 1 of testing, aren't we? I didn't even think about that. Now, we still have multiple stages to go through according to them, but the real thing that I'm really trying to calculate in terms of like release is the movie 3. Because when movie 3 releases, first of all, if they say the release date in it, then I guess we'll know the release date. But if they don't say the release date, December. Actually, regardless, I'm personally saying like November, December. I think the game is going to be releasing in November or December. One, because devs, they need all the time in the world, and the RELL brothers already confirmed that it's releasing this year. Actually, on Twitter, RELL Bad said, "I promise the game will release this year. I will grind like I did back when Shinobi Life 2 went down. I don't see the game touching a 2026 release. RELL sees release 2025. So he doubled down in this tweet, and if it's not 2026, this is going to be embarrassing. So he emphasized this, and this wasn't a long, like, this was this month, the 14th of this month. He confirmed that once again, RELL is going to release this year. So that should make you guys feel a little better. But yeah, I'm saying like November, December, and if I had to choose, I'd probably say December, the longest date possible. All because it's too good to be true. And the last comment we have over here is, thanks to RELL gods, we don't gone get same ships like Blox Fruits. I think he means to say, thanks to the RELL gods, we're not going to get the same ships like we have in Blox Fruits. And yeah, thank goodness. Once again, I made a whole video on this actually. The whole ship system is a whole separate game, bro. It's super detailed. There's a lot of layers to it. And it's gonna be pretty essential. It's gonna be pretty essential because of how big the world is. You're going to be on your ship a lot, and you know, it's your crew. It's your crew. The ship system in this game is the most detailed ship system on Roblox as far as I'm concerned, especially for an MMORPG Roblox game, anime game. This is the most detailed ship system on Roblox, so let alone Blox Fruits and GPO. But yeah, that's about it. Let me know if you guys have any additional things you want to ask, you want to put any input in, any ideas y'all have, type it down in the comments below. I might read it in a future video, but that's about it for this video. I'll see y'all in the next video, and I just wanted to address all this, but I'll see y'all. Peace out.